Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing out there, man? Welcome to Rooftop TV. I just got a real quick video today, man. I always like to leave pretty much like just a good thought for the day, some wise words, a good message. I'm gonna say go with your first mind. That's the message for the day. So look, just from experience I had last night, um, I'm gonna just share, the story. And it ain't nothing real crazy, but just from the experience and everything happened, I'm like, I should have went with my first mind. And sometimes, you know, we kind of talk ourselves out of certain things, or, might think we thinking a little bit too much into it, or sometimes we might convince ourselves otherwise. Um, Aside from what we might be thinking initially the first time. So, I get it. I get it. Sometimes we, might feel like we reading too much into it and we'll go on with it anyway. Blase, blase. But so here's an experience where I should have went with my first mind and just kind of like chilled out, stayed where I was, just stayed in a little bit. So last night, um, you know, I had been in for a little while. Didn't really do much yesterday. And I had plans on going to the gym. I go at least the very least 4 days out the week, most of the times between 5 and 6. I get at least a day. I'll try to get 2 days of rest in. Sometimes I just feel it like, and you know, if I feel like I need to go a little less hard on weights and do more cardio, I'll do that, and vice versa. That's just how I do it if I do it 6 days a week. So I'm not like overly working my muscles or nothing like that, or certain parts of my body. But I feel like, every day is a good day for cardio. So if I just want to do more of that 1 or 2 days, I'll do that. Um, but anyway, yeah, so I just kind of, when it got later, I just kind of wasn't really feeling it. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, just today'll be another rest day. Let me just, stay in for the night, go tomorrow, today. Um, and the day before, yesterday I had went crazy. Did another personal record for myself in the cardio. I got up to almost 3.5 miles, 23 minutes of running. Most of it at a 4.5 mile per hour speed. And then I did like maybe 3 minutes at 5 miles per hour, and 1.5 minutes at what was it, 7.5 miles per hour. So that's like a full on sprint. So I feel pretty good. Felt like I did pretty good. Um, and aside from the working out, I still try to uh, not do too bad with what I eat. Consistently eat more, fruits and vegetables. Sometimes I'll, get a snack here and there, but I'll try to make sure it's nothing like too packed with sugar, or, nothing too fatty, not too many chips. I'll do like popcorn or something like that. The other night I had like the spicy popcorn, the okie dokie popcorn, the OGs already know. Y'all know that's like, like they say, you can't stop eating them. You know what I mean? So I felt like I was able to, treat myself to it. I don't really, eat too many sweets. I didn't bend it a couple times. I done bended the knee a little bit and broke, because I was supposed to be doing no sweets at all this month, and I kind of broke a couple times. But I don't you know kick myself too much about it, or you know I don't try and beat myself up about it too much. I'm gonna just say it like that. So if it's a day where, I break and I have a little sweet, like I say, I try not to go too overboard. Whereas before I was like snacking crazy, especially in December. I was snacking crazy because I'm like, by the time the new year hit, I'll, bam, I'll, break no sweets, do my thing like that. Um, but anyway, let me just get right into it. Okay, so last night, like I said, I hadn't, went to the gym or whatever. So I'm like, well, let me go ahead and get something to eat. This is about maybe around 7 o'clock. A little bit after 6:30, 6:45-ish, almost hitting 7 o'clock. So it's a McDonald's like maybe 4 blocks up the way. And I know some of y'all might beat me up in the comments, man. Or just, be thinking to yourself, like, why would you go to McDonald's anyway? That's where you messed up. But, I was really like craving they fries, but I'm like, I'll get a little burger too. You know what I mean? I got me a McChicken and a McDouble. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I'll go crazy today, and then I'll punish myself for it tomorrow, which is what I'm going to do today anyway. I ain't had nothing this morning but a banana and a cup of tea. So I'm like, I ain't even really have no, sausage and oatmeal like I usually do. So I pretty much kept it light this morning. But anyway, so I went, I drove. Wasn't too bad getting there. Drove nice and slow because it's, could be a little ice here on the roads. It's been real cold the last couple of days and a lot of snow. So it's, kind of slushy and a lot of snow out here. So I drove, a nice, slow speed. And, I got there, placed my order. Now, at some of these places, this one that I go to, I'll either go here, for those that know the Milwaukee area, right here off of, what's this, 64th in Silver Spring? Or no, this is 60th. 60th in Silver Spring, or I will go over to Grand Tulsa, the Grand Tulsa McDonald's. And usually I go over there like in the morning when I want to get me like a sausage biscuit or something like that for breakfast. So it's not like every day, but I'll say maybe like 2 times a week I'll go for breakfast, get something. And so, the people there, they're usually pretty, I know there's one, I'll say like maybe middle-aged black guy, might be in like his 40s, late 40s, mid 40s, something like that. And then there's another black woman I usually see there, like in the morning, like I said, when I go for breakfast, because that's usually when I go. I don't really go and get lunch that often. So I usually see them two there in the morning. They pretty, nice going people. They, kind of talk, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Have a good day. Enjoy your food, stuff like that, But this one particular young chick, I don't, looked like she was probably about high school age. Could be probably 18, 19, somewhere around there. Looked pretty young. I had placed my order. And I had already went to the first window. You're supposed to give them, pay for your order or whatever, get them your change, and they give you your, your balance, whatever you get in return. So, after I did that, drove up to the second window to go get my food, and, just opened the window, kind of didn't say nothing, just turned around, grabbed the food and handed it to me. And I'm like, thank you. And she just kind of just like closed the, you know what I mean? Didn't even like acknowledge me at all. Like, hey, how you doing there? Like other people usually do, and I'm not expecting like you to be bouncing off the walls or happy-go-lucky, be the most jolly, you know what I mean? But I mean, at least give me halfway decent service. Like, damn, you can't even acknowledge me or respond when I'm speaking, you know what I mean? At least, hell, give me some, if you want to, give me a little bit of attitude with it, but like, damn, at least, respond back or acknowledge me, you know what I mean, to a certain degree. So, I'm like, okay, all right. And I look at her like, I'm like, man, y'all just like, and from my peripheral, I could see the girl that was behind her. She kind of looked at me and then looked at her, and old girl turned back around and looked at me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, cause you like, you know what I mean? I give her that look like, don't look at me now. Like, damn, now you want to acknowledge me. Like when you see, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? So, I drove off. I didn't even, say nothing. I didn't, go there with her. I just peeled off, man. You got the food, go ahead, peel off. So when I'm leaving, I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. A little chick had an attitude. I let her have that. I got my food. I'm gone. I'm kind of like, what more, do you expect from most, the McDonald's people who work on this street? Because a lot of them, and not saying nothing about, because there are some great McDonald's employees, people who, they give good energy, give good service, and they, treat people how people treat them, or just the way, people should be treated, for the most part. So I ain't trying to, throw everybody under the bus or say nothing like that. You know what I mean? Definitely ain't knocking nobody for having no, job or nothing like that. Cause hell, I work myself, so I ain't doing that in no way, shape, or form. But most of the time, especially in certain areas, let's just keep it real. They got an attitude, don't know how to talk to you, don't respond, and they half damn throwing your food on the counter, like they expecting you to fetch it, and just kind of, it's just the experience be all the way wrong for the most part, and then they look at you crazy when you address it. It'd be like, it's wild, like, you know what I mean? From there to the grocery stores to, wherever you go to, it's just like people nowadays, it's like, wow, like, I don't know if they don't get customer service training. I don't know if they just kind of, I know certain people might not like their job. Some people have bad days. You know what I mean? I get it. I get it sometimes. And that's why I can, me being who I am, I can excuse it for the most part. Even if I might have like a moment where I'm like, you know what I mean? Without saying too much, but then I just kind of grab myself and be like, no, you know what? All right. You got what you came here for. You know what I mean? The person didn't put their hands on you. They might, they didn't call me out my name. They didn't, you know what I mean? Threaten me or, so I can kind of just like put it all behind me for the most part. But it just, it's just like mind boggling. But anyway, so, y'all just keep taking a ride with me, man. I'm getting there. I'm getting to the final point. So, okay, leave the parking lot, take the exit. I'm on my way back to the house. I got my food. I'm already knowing I'm finna sit in the car and eat. I'm just, you know what I mean? I still got my gym bag and stuff in the car because I had planned on going earlier. And I just, like I said, like, I'll just go tomorrow, not really feeling it. I'm kind of feel like I'm just dragging, so I would be just, I probably wouldn't even really be into it, like, when I get there. And I've had those days where I just went and just like maybe the least amount of time I worked out was like maybe 25 to 30 minutes one time. And that's still better than nothing, but like I like going and like really going in the gym, you know what I mean? Giving it my all. So I don't feel like I'm dragging myself or forcing myself to go to the gym. You know what I mean? So, I like to be in good spirits. So with that being said, yeah, so on my way back, I get about maybe, like I said, it's only maybe 4 or 5 blocks up the way. So I get about maybe 3 blocks back this way, and the house is here. So I'm making my turn to get ready to come where I need to, make my turn by the house. And as I'm driving, I see, this guy, he's like parked on the side. You know what I mean? It's only 2 sides of the street. You know what I mean? You come this way, going that way, this side of the street, that side of the street, yada, yada. So I'm driving down, and, I'm already kind of like in the middle because people are kind of like parked outward a little bit because of all of the snow that's on the curb. So it's already a little bit more narrow than it usually is without the snow. So, I'm over a little bit. And then, as I'm kind of getting closer, this guy opens up his door, the driver's side door. So now I got to move over even more, because he's opened his door. So I'm trying to give him room to get out. And I'm thinking like, maybe I'll just, just shift over. Ain't no problem. All of a sudden out of nowhere, I see these lights from the back of my car, and it's somebody behind me, like speeding, like going crazy. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, what the hell? And I'm looking, and you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep my eyes on the road too, but I'm looking, like making sure he don't, smack the back of my car, because and for one, I've already been in an accident, like maybe a month or so ago. This was maybe like a week before, like a week before Thanksgiving. It was, because of the ice, people was sliding, it was a little, pile up. I was one of the first ones hit, so I wasn't like smacked in the middle of all the other cars, but somebody ran into the back of me, needless to say. So, anyway, so I'm kind of, I'm already like, oh man, please don't let nobody hit the back of my car again. So, kind of low key panicking, but I'm keeping the wheel straight, and I'm looking, and I'm making sure I'm paying attention to this other guy, so I don't swerve and hit his door while he got his door open. And the dude that's behind me, he kind of is trying to like get around me. He going so fast, and this is on a side street. This is not even like a main street, you know what I mean, where somebody is parked on the side in front of their house, and this is on a side street. You know what I mean? Where it's like walking pedestrian signs, and the signs, to go slow is speed bumps. You know what I mean? This is a side street. So, I'm like, yo, this dude, I'm like, God, why? Like, you know what I mean? You know how you like, I'm close to my destination, and something always want to happen. And that's crazy. Speaking about the accident thing, I was literally right up the street. I'm parked here. This is 66th and Villard. It happened on 71st. So like 5 blocks away from the crib. I'm like, you know what I mean? Something always happen when you right there. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like right where you finna exit, or where you finna get off, or, right when you finna pull up and get to your rest stop, get to your destination. Like, it's something that always go crazy. So anyway, he's speeding up, and like I said, I already barely, he barely got room to even get on the side of me, because I had to move over more, because this other guy opened his door, and now there's not that much room in the left lane for him to get over, or else he's gonna like side swipe my car, you know what I mean? And probably take the mirror off, because it's already not enough room for 2 cars to be bunched up in this little bit of space that we got. So I'm like, oh my God, like you can imagine I'm cussing, you know what I mean? My composure wasn't as lowered and controlled as it is now. But I kept it together as much as I could to be able to focus on the road and not, swerve out or nothing like that and get myself in even more trouble. So I'm just all together. This is like a crazy experience just from the interaction and the energy that I got from one of the workers at McDonald's, to now this is going on where I'm almost about to get in another accident. And I'm just like, God, come on, man. This is too much, man. You know what I mean? So I was able to, once I got right past the other guy, because this is all happening so quick, like in a few seconds. I didn't even see the guy, you know what I mean? Like he had to, I'm like halfway through the block, and I didn't see him till like right when I got close by this dude's car. So I seen, his door open, and I'm like, okay, well, let me get over. That's like right when I seen the lights pop on in the back of me. So he had to bend the corner back where I had just came from so fast that he got up to the back of my car where I didn't see him in like 2 seconds. It felt like less than that, but around like maybe 2 to 3 seconds, where he had to bend that corner that fast and got that close to the back of my car. So it's like, it's a risk, a life-threatening situation. Like, I can't even get the words out because I'm still like, this is crazy. But it's just like, oh man, come on. Like, are you serious? So I was able to get, past the car where dude was. I don't know if he didn't see the guy and didn't know. That's why I was like kind of in the middle of the street more, because I'm letting this dude open his car and get out his car, because the door had already fully came open. Like, it wasn't like he opened it and then was able to be like, oh, and let me pass. He had already opened his car door all the way. So I ain't had no choice but to move over if I didn't want to take his door off. So I was able to just get past the car and swerve back over so this dude can fly past me. And then at that moment, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I start to slow down because I'm getting close to the end of the corner where I got to make my turn back onto the main street anyway. So I just kind of slow down. I look and make sure what no other cars behind me. And I just stop for a moment. And I'm looking. And as he's turning from the corner that he just blew past me to get by, he turns in front of another. He's not even like looking, like he turned left. And there was a car coming past, because there's an area where like they put like this round slab where it's like a random like roundabout at this on 64th at an intersection where the lights and stuff is at. Because the lights don't work no more for some reason. It's just like the red flashing lights. So now everybody just got to stop, and whoever got the right of way goes now. But it's like a cement thing where if you want to make a turn or whatever, you got to go around this roundabout and then do that. But he sped through that so fast and just turned left. The other car that was already had the right of way to go and had started going already, I guess they might have seen him at the last minute. He was about to hit them. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this dude is playing a dangerous game. Like, I hope wherever you going is worth it, bro. Like, and I'm just like, God, I hope this dude don't take nobody out, man, the way he driving. I'm like, it's not that serious, man. Come on. Like, you didn't almost just cause 2 fatalities in like 10 seconds or less, bro. Like, come on. So after that, I'm just like blown. I'm like, oh man, like, come on, man. I'm like, dude, now I'm feeling like that's what I'm saying. Like, I had to like think like, damn, go with your first mind, because I was going to say like, my thing was I was just going to go to the store, just grab some more popcorn or something, and get a little juice to drink, just have a little snack out and watch the boys. That's I just started watching that too. I'm like halfway through the second season, and it's been pretty good. So I ain't found no show to binge watch in a little while, pretty much since Stranger Things a couple years ago, and I only got like through the end of the second season at the time. And I hear it's like, what, maybe 4 or 5 now. So I still got a little bit catching up to do on that. Once I get my Netflix back. I ain't had my Netflix back since then. So that's why I haven't been tuning in. But anyway, yeah. So now at this point, after all that didn't happen, that whole little situation, I'm just like, oh my God, okay, let me get myself together. Let me eat this food so I can go on back in. I almost don't even want to sit in the car no more, because I don't want nobody to hit a parked car. And like, you know what I mean? So now I'm kind of thinking like that, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to just chill here, get my thoughts. I turned on my little podcast, got to eat my food, which costs $10. That is crazy. $10 and some change for a McChicken without cheese, a McDouble, and a medium fry. I'm like, take me back to the days where that would have been $5 max. Like, come on, man. But, I ain't complaining, man. Pay that little $10, eat my food, going back to the crib. But now I was just like, so to top all of that, the fries is halfway warm, lukewarm, as they say. The chicken sandwich was pretty cool. The McChicken, it was pretty good. you know, I bite into the McDouble. The bottom of the bread is stale. The damn bun is stale, and none of this is like hot. I can tell they had it sitting out on that little food warmer for a little while, because the bread is like the only thing that's really hot. Fries lukewarm. You bite into the sandwich. The meat, you can tell the chicken patty and the burger patties is like they've been sitting out for a little while, kind of dry and still a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I can just tell. And it's like, so I paid $10 for this food that wasn't even worth it. Not even hot or fresh, as fresh as it could possibly be. Seeing as how, probably ain't even real beef or, the real authentic organic chicken anyway, but, allegedly anyway. So I'm like, wasted $10 on food that wasn't worth it. Got petty service, and then damn near got into an accident on my way back. Just to force myself to eat this halfway warm food. And I'm almost thinking like I want to drive and take it back. But after what just happened, like the whole near accident experience, I'm like, what they say, man, just take the L, man. Just take the L. So go with your first mind, man. If something is telling you, nah, just do this, don't even go out, don't even, you know what I mean? We gonna chill out right now. If something is telling you that, don't argue with it, man. It's probably that intuition that's telling you for a reason. Probably the universe giving you some signs or giving you something that's just like, it ain't gonna be what you think it is. It ain't gonna be what you need right now. Sometimes just go with it, man. Just go with it. It ain't even that it gotta be a fear thing or a overthinking thing sometimes, but sometimes listen to that voice, man, that's saying, don't even do it, bro. Just listen to it, man. Listen to that inner voice, man. I'm telling y'all. But I want to thank y'all, man, for listening. Thank everybody for viewing my videos, and for the new subscribers that I've gained. I'll say like in the last week, the subscriber number's been going up, view count's been going up, from the shorts and just from the regular videos that I've been putting out, the longer videos. And yeah, man, I'm gonna keep growing. I'm gonna keep is that okay, because I don't know. Anyway, I just saw something from the side. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna keep growing as much as I can and learning new ways to edit my content, and just continuing to bring fresh topics and new perspectives on certain things that not only I myself am going through and experiencing out here, but I'm pretty sure everybody else is experiencing as well. So y'all just keep viewing, keep liking, comment as much as y'all can, even if it's just something congratulating me, thanking me, or giving me another perspective that I might not be thinking about. Yes, they out here plowing. That's good. Yeah, just whatever y'all can, whatever feedback y'all can give me, man. I appreciate it. Thank y'all from Rooftop TV. Y'all be safe out here. Keep y'all heads on a swivel, keep y'all eyes open, and it's never too late to learn, think, or grow. Appreciate it, man. Much love. Y'all be safe out here.